doing confessions again. Last time it was fire, so we're gonna do it again. This time we're doing it on stream. If you want to participate in this next time, subscribe to the channel. When I was in kindergarten, I shit my pants and I didn't know what to do with the dirty underwear. So I threw it in someone's backpack and another kid got blamed. What the f? My school parking lot was known as the group spot. This became a thing when I was a sophomore, and I remember my homeboy was cracking this one shawty in the back of the whip at the parking lot. The whole grade knew this shit and would watch during lunch. Yo, what the hell? Yo, y'all were watching this shit? Yo, y'all freaked out at school. In 5th grade, I got suspended because I threw a piece of glass and it landed in a girl's drink. And I saw her vaping, so I ratted and got her expelled, no regrets. We're not excusing the first part of this. You threw a piece of glass at a girl and it landed in her drink? Why are you throwing glass in the first place, bro? What did she do to you? What the hell? Once when I had to pee, I was scared to ask the teacher and she left the room, so I sat in her desk to watch the class. I was a good kid. And I pissed on her chair, and the class saw the wet spot on her chair, and they all thought it was her. I'm glad you put your name, Andrew. Just ask. We have a media program at our school where you can make videos, podcasts, etc. 4 girls got kicked out of the program and suspended because they made a podcast episode where they talked about their sex lives. Understandable. One girl in particular said that she gives good head. This was completely public on the internet, by the way. Yeah. It's why daughters need their fathers, man. That's a horrible PR move. I once got really hard talking to a teacher, and every little thing she was doing was arousing me. It doesn't stop there. It motivated me to keep listening to what she was saying. That's how bricked I was. I checked my pants, and after, they were wet. Oh my God. Yo.
Accidentally killed my class fishes with hand sanitizer while my teacher was in the hospital. I don't know if she knew it was me and she didn't tell or what, but I never got in trouble, and 2 years later, right before I moved, some kid mentioned it and how one of the other kids killed the fish. YOLO.
I could have the audacity to put YOLO after this shit. Not my confession, rather a combination of all my stuff my dad saw did back in his day. They had this fine ass French teacher who always wore revealing clothes, and all the guys had a crush on her. She ended up having sex with one of my dad's friends. I don't believe that shit. One of his teachers failed him for his welding class, so he welded the car doors of his teacher's car shut. If that's true, your dad had to be crazy. What the? His math teacher kept failing him because she didn't like his attitude in class. So he put some poop in toilet paper at her front door, rang the bell, and put the poop on fire so she would step in it. Apparently it really stank because he takes special meds to make it worse. Your dad is a fucking psycho. They threw a massive party with the entire year at one of their teachers' house. Teacher didn't know because he was on vacation and they trashed the place. Yeah, y'all pops is a super villain, gang. I'm gonna be honest. What the hell? W dad lore low key. I ain't gonna lie.
Got a girl's number during school once. Later that night I was feeling aroused. Saw the text she sent me asking about how I was doing and how my day was. Knew I didn't have a picture of her, so I whacked off to her texts instead.
Yo, what?
Also once nutted off to a picture of some of the female teachers, one of whom was 60 years old. No, she wasn't fine. When I was a freshman and sophomore, I also got a lap dance during the school's first dance of the year. I was a legend.
Gang, it sounds like you were a gooner. I wouldn't call you a legend, my brother. All right, next one, bro.
So the actual confession is that I was looking at this caramel queen. Like, she fine, nice and brown skin. She got long curls, whole package.
Okay, I can tell you white.
Friend sees me looking at her. Cause sometimes you just gotta get some eye candy. Tell me why my friend tells me that a grown-ass man got to doing the devil's tango with her when she was a freshman.
I can tell you older,
Then he tells me that same guy did it with a white girl too, same grade. We seniors now, but when we were all freshmen, this nah would have been like 19 or 20.
So you're not white.
He also apparently did it with the school counselor as soon as he graduated. Worst part is, he might be in my bloodline loudly crying. My friend really could have kept this to himself.
Yeah, I hate to say it, buddy, but that caramel queen, yeah, she's a victim. My mom and my dad kinda abandoned me after 8th grade in terms of schooling and didn't want to live with me. So I moved in with my cousin's family, and that's why I did high school in Chicago. How did they kinda abandon you, gang? Yo, what? Like in all reality, I'm sorry for your loss or or something. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. That sounds unfortunate, but kinda abandoned. Okay, I convinced my homeboy to email Chinese propaganda to the entire school, and it got him expelled. He wasn't a snitch though. You're a bad homeboy.
We have Saturday classes in school, like only a few select grades, so most of TH school is empty. Once, this long-term couple snuck into a washroom in second floor. There are no classes going on in this floor, so it's dark AF.
Okay.
They start having sex and a teacher walks in. The teacher found out but didn't tell them that she saw them. Later she brought in a whole group of teachers to witness this.
Whoa.
The teacher was expelled and the other teachers were suspended for a week because of their willing participation to see
Wait,
this.
hold on, no, pause
The
this shit
girl
real
had
quick.
some
No,
political
pause. Yo. So they seen two students having intercourse in the shower. Instead of reporting this shit, they call up their other teacher homeboy to come watch and witness. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, yeah. Stacy and Brandon, yeah, they going crazy in the back. I ain't gonna lie, you gotta see this, man. I ain't gonna lie, this shit peak television. I done got a chair and got sat down, bro. Yo, bring some popcorn. Like, what the fuck? This gotta be a lie. There's no way this shit is real. What the fuck? The girl had some political contacts and made sure that the story was that the guy tricked her into doing it. The guy got into jail. I live in the Middle East. And the girl was given a slap on the wrist. Middle East, that checks out. This story is by Kermit the Frog Jr. Interesting. I'm from Africa, and we had a system where the school facility puts senior students in charge of certain school aspects. Environmental cleanup, art, etc. Now, these seniors are mostly in boarding school and still hold their power there. Now, one day it was time for breakfast. I was in boarding school at the time, and one of the seniors, who was a girl, we all hated that to our very souls, left her mug in the cafeteria and went back to her dorm room as breakfast wasn't to be served for another hour. So I took the mug, busted a nut, and it left it in the center. Nah, we can't continue after that. Yo, you did what? You did what? She left it in the sun to dry and she drank from it. Never noticed a thing, and don't bother shaming me. That hoe had it coming with her fat. Hell no, that's a crime. That's a crime. You just confessed to a crime. But yeah, you know something that a lot of people lack nowadays? Aura. Which is why I'm finna help y'all get it, because today's video is sponsored by Aura. Yes, the company. See, a lot of people roam the internet unprotected. In fact, in 2024 alone, over 1.7 billion people have suffered from some type of data breach. How does it make you feel that these data brokers are stealing all your information and making billions off of it while being without your consent and also destroying your privacy in the process? This is why you need Aura, because they will act as your personal bodyguard. See, Aura protects your privacy by identifying data brokers, and Aura takes care of the hard part by automatically removing your info from these sites, but not just removing them, but keeping them off for good. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of services that offer this type of thing, but none of them offer as many features as Aura, at least for the same price. A couple things I want to highlight is the real-time fraud alerts for your credit and banking, but also you can get alerts if your information is found on the dark web, which I don't think you really understand how valuable that is. Also, they provide you a secure VPN, also an antivirus, password management, and also 24/7 365 monitoring to help keep your identity secure. So they're basically your personal bodyguard for life. So try Aura free for 14 days at aura.com, link to it in my bio. And in those 2 weeks, Aura will get to work scrubbing your personal info off these data broker sites. Hey, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not leaving myself vulnerable, and I don't think you should either. Thank you to the sponsors at Aura, and besides that, let's get back to the video. Context: I lived far as hell from the school and was going to a function at my boy's house, and we were going to do some airsoft and shit. So I brought my airsoft pistol because I didn't want it to walk back, and my dumbass wanted to show my friend and he asked to hold it. So I said sure, took it and put it in his bag, and I was fine with it because we were going to the same function. A teacher saw the grip, called it in, got taken out of class by the RSO. He got expelled for bringing a weapon-like device on school grounds, and I blamed him because my parents didn't know I had it. Oh nah, your boy unlucky as hell, gang. He went out the worst way, bro. That was your pistol too. Okay, so I played football and we had a road game, and I didn't go home till midnight. I had hella homework due the next day, and I just didn't get all of it done. I prioritized my apps and my homework over notes, which was good because I got everything done except for those notes. Mind you, this is the first week of school. I'm thinking it's just notes. The worst I'll get is a 0 for participation in the grade book. wrong. This hoe with no warning gives me and like 15 other people in my class lunch detentions for not participating in these notes. Notes for a normal, not AP class, by the way. So this pissed me off because I did everything I'm supposed to do with the time management, and I genuinely worked my ass off. I feel you. Well, I served my detention the next class day, and before I turn my detention slip back into her, I go to the bathroom and rub my dick, nut, and butt all over the paper, and then hand it to her like nothing happened. She never found out. All of this over notes, by the way. This is not real. Yo, what the fuck? And if this is, yo, hey gang, I ain't gonna lie, you're just as wrong as her, if not worse, low-key. Matter of fact, you're worse. What is it with y'all and rubbing y'all like on random things that women could drink from or touch? Like that's weird. Isn't that like a form of SA? Like if I'm correct. Okay, a girl at my school, 14 at the time, and her boyfriend, 17. That's an interesting age gap. Had been dating for a while, and one day she was acting weird and walking like she had a limp. I ended up asking what was wrong, and it turned out she had been wearing a remote control vibrator, and her boyfriend had the remote. Day, me and my friends go piss in the hallway every time. Okay, there's a lot to unpack with this. First off, 14, 17 age gap in high school. That's like a freshman with a junior. Is that a freshman with a junior? I feel like that's a freshman with a senior. I was 17 when I was a senior. So that could be a freshman with a senior. Could be a freshman with a junior though too. That's interesting. I'm gonna be honest. And then also, you putting a vibrator. I don't even, you making your girl wear a vibrator all day throughout school is just, that's weird as fuck. My secondary school had a therapy dog that some of the students got to use. We had just gotten him that year, and his name was Bean. One day, my friends was walking him, and I went with her, and I thought it'd be funny if I took his leash off. Our school was near a train station, so we ended up running away onto the train tracks, and he was found dead not too long after. RIP, buddy. At least he only got electrocuted and not ran over. Nice job, man. Killed the dog, man. Y'all killed Bean. R.I.P. Bean, chat. Comment section. R.I.P. Bean. I'm not reading all of that.
When I was in 6th grade, I was in class with a girl I found annoying at the time, always yelling, "Stop looking at me," when I only looked at her for a split second. I found other annoying as hell, and my friend did too. His name was Robert. So me and Robert decided to do something. Robert said to follow the girl when school ended and jump on her and hit her and all of that.
Yo, what?
I liked the idea a lot, so I went with it. We got dismissed, and we quietly followed her. Eventually, she had like 5 friends. A 6v2 is like a death sentence in my eyes. So me, Robert, and then the girl and her friends were separated by different sides of the road. When we were spotted, our excuse was we were doing exercise, running around and stuff. It was like a stalemate for like 10 minutes or so until my grandma called me because I was away for a suspicious while, so I left.
Dang, what?
Eventually, I went on to deal with her for 2 more months before transferring schools. When I shared the story later on in my life, I was told that she probably liked me. Holy shit, my current 9th grade self hates my 7th grade self.
Dang, it was only 2 years.
Tried to attack someone. Tried to hit more people when laughed at for falling in dodgeball. I was a sensitive asshole.
Nah, bro, I ain't gonna lie, gang. Yo. Oh. Nah, bro. You shouldn't have put your name with this one. Nigga, you was finna jump a little girl just because finna jump a little girl just because she hurt your feelings, gang? The friends of this girl I liked were talking about her having a crush on. Okay. Let me get my reader voice back in. Friends of this girl I liked were talking about her having a crush on one of my friends. Conventionally, a few days later, my crush threw up in the classroom and went to the hospital while he wasn't there. Someone else brought it up one day, and my friend admitted that he would have laughed really hard if he saw her throw up. So I recorded him saying that and then sent it to her. Low-key L friend? If that's your friend, I'm low-key, I'm a little bit lost, I'm sorry. Also, like a week later, my 2 friends had a basketball game, and he tried to get this girl's number, but she rejected him, which was also on video, but not by me. And it turns out that she didn't like him. Dirty Mac in Hall of Fame, gang. Like, come on, bro, why would you send that shit to her? Like, come on, gang. Some guy said I hate N-words with the hard R to my face, and I didn't say shit because I was too much of a people pleaser. You know, hey man, look, This is what I'll say about that, bro. Next time, stand up for yourself. Don't let nobody say that shit to your face, bro. So in math class, I sit next to this girl who I've known since middle school. But the main reason why I liked her was because she was low-key double caked up. So one day, like maybe 2 or 3 months ago, after the bell rung, she got up from her seat, and I made the stupid decision to sniff her seat.
What are we talking about?
It was honestly worth it, though.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, just nuked the whole generation, bro. Sniff the girl's seat? Like, dead ass? Like, I hope this is fake. So one time, me and my friends wanted to do a prank. Snuck out of an assembly to a teacher's classroom. She had a doorbell, and we changed the tone and trolled her so many ways. She almost went crazy trying to figure out what happened. Hey, W prank. There's this one girl who I sat next to in a band class. My school first band class, I'm not a nerd. You're not a nerd if you're in band, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Especially if your band is good. If your band is good, bro, like, you're not really a nerd for real, in my opinion. She was pretty as God makes them. One day, me and my best friend take her mouthpiece of her instrument and licked it. Nobody knows except you, Kurt. What happened to going up to your crush and just saying hi? Or asking for her number? Gang, what? Sniffing seats? Licking mouthpieces? What's wrong with y'all niggas, man? Just go up to her and say hi and say you like her or something, man.
So I kind of my 26-year-old German teacher at the age of 15.
And I Kim Kardashian, bro. Come on, gang. During freshman year, my former friend got caught sleeping in a bathroom stall, his pants down and his dick in hand. Rabbit. Alright, right. First off, I don't know. Yeah, I don't feel like reading that.
First off, I don't know the complete specifics because I usually kept to myself in high school, but this girl for whatever reason filmed herself getting out.
Yo, what?
By her dog.
Yo,
and
what?
For some reason, she sent it to someone. I don't know who or why. Might have been a dare, might have been to impress someone for some weird reason, but that led to the video getting sent around to the entire school. I was lucky enough to avoid it because again I kept to myself, but my friends weren't so lucky. It got to the point the entire school openly knew and spoke about the situation, like to the point where even people like me, who didn't even know who the girl was, knew what happened. To this day I still don't know who she is other than dog girl. Oh, and did I mention she was an MFING freshman, or sophomore maybe, but she definitely wasn't a junior or senior. I know that. She was insane, man.
Nuke the whole goddamn generation, bro. Oh my God, what are we talking about? Why did she record her doing that shit? Hey man, I would hate to be a teacher in this generation, bro. My students doing this shit. Yo, back when I was in high school, which was literally just 2 years ago, mind you, the only crazy shit that would happen would be, you know, somebody getting caught doing some crazy shit, getting head on the school exposed page. That's the only thing that would happen. But now niggas, dogs is giving them head. When I was 13, I was in school and I had a crush on my teacher. And I got a boner looking at her, so then I went into the bathroom to beat it out. Yo, I'm sorry, like, what the fuck am I about to read? Down syndrome kid? No, yo, what? Let's Google translate this one. I genuinely want to just, because when I read this, I read ahead, so I see shit and I spoil myself.
When I was 13, I was in school and I had a crush on my teacher and I got a boner looking at her, so then I went into the bathroom to beat one out and the Down syndrome kid walked in and IG the stall. Door wasn't locked or SMTH cuz he just walked right in as I was finishing. He started screaming and I got suspended for like 2 weeks.
This shit did not happen, bro. And if it did, bro, like, yo, that's a prime example why you should never beat in school. Next one, man.
On more than one occasion, twice, to be exact, I kinda made fun of the dead fathers of kids I was beefing with in grade school. The first time was a kid I was genuinely friends with but also had some Naruto Sasuke type rivalry with because he didn't like Star Wars, so I went overboard and aimed below the belt. This was in 3rd grade, by the way, before I get flamed for doing something mean as a kid.
That doesn't matter.
The second time I did it was in 5th grade with a girl who was initially friendly to me, but also joined in on a class joke making fun of me with something having to do with a frog. My memory from that time is very fuzzy, but I do remember hearing from her previously as well as my mom that her dad got shot near the CVS in the city. Needless to say, I became something of a controversial figure after that.
I would hope so.
My mom even yelled at me, but I wasn't actually punished whatsoever in any way for what I did. The real sick thing is how I only actually regret doing it to the first guy the first did it to, because he was genuinely good friend of mine and overacted because he wasn't a fan of my favorite thing ever as a kid.
Brother, you're a supervillain, man. You're genuinely a bad person. You said that shit to a girl in 5th grade after her dad just died in a tragic way? I dug my crush's sandwich out of the trash and made out with it. What the fuck? I'm in homeschooled. Yeah, I can tell, gang. Matter of fact, I'm not even
I'm in homeschooled, so the way I used to work was my mom was at the computer next to me and I was next to her, and one time my aunt walked by. She's really thick and I beat that John right there. But I'm happy to say I started going to the gym. Finally, got some girls, got right with my hair, got a growth spurt, and I stopped beating and everybody else. Please don't beat, it's not worth it, messed with your head.
That's cat. Tell a story, gang.
Okay, so it was finals week and I was in my ag final and we were welding. TBH, welding look fun even if I suck at it. So the school came over the speaker and said that we needed to stay in our classrooms and not go to the next class. So rumors started circulating in Snapchat GCS. So when we got out I started walking to the library, which was where I had to go next. And as I walk outside to the other building I see an ambulance and a girl getting loaded into it. When I got to the library I found out what happened. The girl's appendix exploded in the bathroom, so she went to the office and the school told her she was fine. Stupidest shit they could have said. So she went back to the bathroom and called 911. Stupid ass school.
No, that's bad, bro. That's bad. Touchdown Miami. Miami just scored. Okay, we got 3 more, then we out of here.
So this story involves my HG, we'll call her Amy. For context, Amy first started dating guys and having sex with them since middle school.
Damn.
They were very abusive to her and pressured her into doing it frequently.
That's sad.
Come high school junior year, she broke up with her ex after a long time of convincing them to break up. She got hella depressed and began cutting herself, but I was able to stop her. And during this time period, she met a dude for one day and they both liked each other and hooked up. We'll call this guy Mac. I accepted this because there was nothing I could really do convince her otherwise.
You gotta let her do her
Within
thing.
like a week of knowing him, Amy calls me one day and tells me that she had unprotected sex at our local mall restroom. From then on they've probably had unprotected sex multiple times outside and maybe even inside school. Another quick scandal was that we had this kid in a school stall yorking his meat and got recorded doing it, and everyone called him Thumbs Up Kid for the whole year because his hand was in the shape of a thumbs up while he was beating it.
Hey, for your friend at the start though, I'm gonna be honest, you gotta be a good friend and tell her to calm down, bro. I understand, like, you feel me, you really like can't in a way because it's hard, like they gonna be, you feel me, they gonna be whoever they is, bro. But it just sounds like she going down a path for like, it's gonna be very hard for her to find a man in her area, bro. I ain't gonna lie, Thumbs Up Kid is crazy too. Okay, two more. I might actually read this one. Nah, I'm not reading that one. I ain't gonna lie.
Back in 7th grade, there was a girl named Donna that I liked quite a lot. For some reason, my heart would get heavy as when I was just near her and I had to tell my friends about it. About a week later, my homeboy Philip decided to bring it back up while in the lunch line right next to her. For the next week I was tortured with comments and eventually it spread to basically half the school. Then a week before the school year ends, my friend, who we'll call Isaac, decided to ask her out for me. I then proceeded to panic and fumble the bag hard.
Damn.
So long story short, my friends asked out a girl for me and I wasn't even gonna ask her out cause I was leaving the school soon. I still miss her to this day.
See, listen to me when I say this, bro. If you finna ask out a girl, you gotta ask them out yourself. Don't be that weird guy that goes up to a girl and tries that. Like, no, you need to ask them out yourself. Go up to them yourself. Don't have your homie do that shit just because you're shy. This comes off very ick. Okay, I'm gonna actually read this one. One day in high school, our teacher had a B-day. One of the students, who was like her nephew or something, made her some brownies and ice cream to bring into class as a present. Turns out he had accidentally laced them, and we all watched our teacher get high as fuck. She was a real eater and had a bunch as she taught class. I heard the kid ended up getting beat real bad from his mom when she hurt. He ain't accidentally laced her, bro. Nah, that was intentional, gang. Also, follow the Twitch. Join the Discord link right now. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description of this video. We out.